Hello students, we shall introduce electrostatics today. You have seen many phenomena like lightning, you have seen many devices, Xerox, photocopying, this all works on electrostatics. Chimney, loudspeaker, etc. all works on electrostatics. So, this is due to charge. What is charge? Charge is a property of matter by virtue of which we have all electrical and magnetic phenomena. I shall write here. Charge is a property of matter due to which we have all electrical and magnetic phenomena. So charge we represent normally charge we can represent by E. Charge is at rest, we have electrostatics. Rest, charge at rest, we have electrostatics. Electrostatics. So here we have application like electric field. Just I told you photocopying application is photocopying, speaker, then chimney, charge at rest have a lot of these applications. That's why we learn about it. And second part is we have what you call chemical bonding. Chemical bonding, molecular bonding. Chemical bonding, molecular bonding, friction, adhesion, surface tension. These all things are due to electrostatics. We hear of charge. Now charge can be in motion also. Motion, charge in motion. We have electric current. You know electric current, I not tell you anything about it. Then electric field. Here static electric field. Static electric field. Here it is static electric field. Here we simply call electric field. Then charge in accelerated motion. Accelerated motion. When charge accelerated motion, what we have is electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic field rather. Electromagnetic field. Your mobile, TV, communication field. So charge produces how many things? Static electric field or current electricity, then electromagnetic field. When charge moves, it produces, in addition to electric field, it produces magnetic field also. So charge is, that is why we learn about charge. Charge is very important application in the life of a modern man. For example, your mobile phone, radio, all kind of things are works on electromagnetic field. Now, if you understood this portion, we shall learn more about charges. So this basic we learn about charge, because charge is very useful. Though charge is discovered long back, it took long time to evolve it. What is charging now? What is charging? Can anyone tell me what is charging? Charge is either addition of electron of electrons or removal of electrons. Addition of electrons or removal of electrons. Why we are not adding protons? Proton is within the atom. It is not easy to take it outside. What is positive charge? Positive charge is, what is positive charge? Tell me. It is deficient in electron. Electrons are less deficient in electrons. So what is negative charge? Tell me, what is negative charge? Negative charge is excess electron. When you add electrons to a body, it will be negative charge. When we remove electron to body, it is positive charge. We will learn later how become body positive or negative. Now, charging metallic body. Charging of metallic bodies. We shall learn what is metallic body or conductor. Rather conductor. We shall learn conductor and insulator or dielectric, and then just introduce semiconductor also for completion's sake. Semiconductor doesn't come now, even though we will introduce it. What is conductor or metallic conductor? You know from chemistry, in metallic conductor, valence electrons are very loosely bound to the nucleus. Therefore, valence electron moves as a cloud around the nucleus of a bulk body. It acts as a cloud. So, electron cloud is there. Suppose something like that. Suppose this nucleus. Surrounding electron cloud is there. These electron clouds, valence electrons are loosely bound to the positive core. Therefore, valence electrons can easily move within the body of the metal or crystal structure, but they can go out. Valence electron can move within the body of metal. These electrons can move within the body of metal or material, whatever may be. Metal. Therefore, a property of conductor is its movement of free electrons. Defining property of conductor. Defining property of conductor. You may be knowing it. It is defining property of conductor is electrons are free to move. Electrons are free to move. Electrons are free to move. It's very important. Electrons are free to move. So, conductor property is due to movement of free electrons. Second is dielectric. Dielectric or insulator, you can tell. Dielectric or insulator. In case of dielectric, they are normally covalent bonded molecules or ionic bond also. Insulator can be ionic bond also. No, covalent bonded bonds. They have covalent bonds. Therefore, what will happen in covalent bond? Atoms are shared. Electrons are shared. They are sharing the electron. Two atoms share the electron and become molecule. They can only move within the atom. In insulators, electrons can only move within the atom. Therefore, in dielectric, free dielectric means no electricity, dielectric, and electrons are free to move within molecule. Within molecules. Electrons are not as such free to move within the body of atom. Therefore, electric property of dielectric material is due to micro movement of electrons within the molecule. You remember 2 points we learned today. One is electric property of conductor is due to free movement of valence electron, whereas electric property of dielectric is micro movement of free electrons within the conductor. This is called polarization kind of things. We'll learn later. Polarization, dipoles and all. Polarization, dipoles and all. We'll learn later. Here you just understand a point. In a dielectric, electric property is due to micro movement of electrons within the molecule. Now come semiconductor. It's not coming the topic anyhow, just introducing it. Semiconductor. In semiconductor, you may be knowing that there are electrons and holes. Electrons and holes. Holes are nothing but absence of electron. In semiconductor, defining property is that movement of both electrons and holes. Movement of both electrons and holes. I mean electrical property. The electrical property is the three material you learn now. In case of conductor, it is movement of free electrons. In case of dielectric, it's a micro movement of electrons within the molecule. In case semiconductor, it is movement of both electrons and holes which contribute to current. For movement, we require electric fields. We will introduce electric field later. Now, charging. How do you charge? Electrostatics. What is electrostatics? Just to tell you, electrostatics is nothing but nothing but all of you know it. Charge at rest. Charge at rest. Charge at rest. So here there is no motion of charge. Charging of the body here means just what do you call, the charge doesn't move. All of us know is there are fundamental things in electrostatics or electricity. There are two types of charge, positive charge and negative charge. Second thing what we know, the fundamental law of electricity is like charge always repel. That is fundamental law. Like charge always repel. So what is charging? We know it. Suppose I can somehow give some electrons here. How connect a battery terminal? It becomes negative. Connect a battery terminal. Negative terminal, connect it. Connect a negative terminal. Then you get it become negative. Connecting positive terminal, it become positive. Or removing electron, it become positive. Adding electron, it become negative. Now that is very important. Charging of metallic conductor is not very important. Just you can collect what you call, just what you can do is connect a battery terminal. Positive terminal connect means electron goes to positive terminal, body become positively charged. Now frictional electricity. Before coming to charging, I'll talk about frictional electricity. Friction electricity. It has got name. Another triboelectric phenomenon. Triboelectric phenomena. These applications, very applications in industries, very high application industries, sir. Example, aircraft industry. Aircraft. Tension analysis. Then surface tension. Friction, all are due to triboelectric effect. Triboelectric effect. It's a huge subject. Triboelectricity is a huge subject, but though it is very old subject, nothing is known about it so far. Very assumptions only there. Then here, frictional electricity is now by rubbing to material, we can produce electricity. While rubbing to material 1 and material 2, if you rub them together, one become positive, the other become negative. Here the theorem is that different materials have, even if follow it fully well, different materials have different work function. So when charging by friction, we rub one body with other body. We have told you one body has high work function, the other body has lower work function. Body which has got lower work function. What is work function? We have been knowing. Work function is nothing but amount of energy required to remove one electron from a metal. This we will learn later. In photoelectric work function will be learned from a metal. We will learn work function photoelectric effect. The material having high work function become positive. Material having low work function become negative. That is material. No, metal not necessary. Metal is very difficult here. We will use material. Material having high work function become positive. Material having high work function positive, and material having low work function become negative. So rubbing to body, due to friction only we rub it. Rubbing to body, one body become positive, other body become negative. You know which body become positive, which has got high work function become positive, which has got low work function become negative. Now rubbing of two body can charge by rubbing. Charging by friction. Condition that either both should be non-metallic. Both should be non-metallic. Or at least one should be non-metallic. At least one should be non-metallic. Non-conductor. Conductor cannot be, two conductors cannot be conductor. Two conductors cannot be charged by rubbing because charge get dispersed. So what you learned, charge by friction. One body is rubbed out the other body. We can charge like that. A body having lower work function become negative, higher work function become positive. In charging by friction, either both should be non-metallic material, or at least one should be non-conductor or non-metallic. Metallic conductors cannot be. Conductors cannot be charged by friction. We are not going very detail of it. This much is sufficient theory. Now, example: glass rod, silk cloth, glass rod, ebonite, all kind of things are there. So next, these are the basic things. Everything has got application in day-to-day life. Because if you repair a mobile phone, it should be electrostatically protected. Otherwise, mobile phone will damage. When you go for mobile repairing shops, see that they will written there, electrostatically protected, insulated like that, something like that. Okay. So now we will learn property of charge. See, first thing I'll teach you what is quantum. What is quantum? Anybody knows it? Tell me. Quantum is a minimum exchangeable quantity. Minimum exchangeable quantity. Quantity is called quantum. For example, if you go to a shop, you can ask one apple can ask minimum. You can ask one piece of apple. If you ask, they won't give you. Other example, if you go to egg shop, ask half an egg, they will not give you. So one egg is surely they may give. That is quantized. One apple, one egg, one man, that we can tell the quantized. So quantized, okay, countable. Quantized is countabilities. Minimum exchangeable quantity is quantized. is represented by Q. Here represented by Q. So first I will teach you quantization of electric charge. Quantization of electric charge. Electric charge is quantized. Mass is not quantized. Quantization of electric charge. What is quantization of electric charge? Is like that. Total charge Q is integral multiple of basic charge. Basic charge we take charge of electron here. Okay. Basic charge we take charge of electron. We don't take lower charge like the quark and all. We are not taking. Suppose Q can be minimum plus minus E. At least one electron, like one egg, right? Or plus minus 2E. One electron, one proton. Plus minus 3, etc. plus minus N. So this quantization. Q is equal to Ne is quantization. N can be positive, E can be positive or negative. N belongs to integer. N belongs to integer. E can be positive or negative. This quantization. Charge is quantized, whereas mass is not quantized. Charge is quantized, mass is not quantized. Okay. Next is conservation. What is conservation? Conservation is total charge remain in any coordinate system, remains constant in a coordinate system. That is, neither charge is created nor charge is destroyed. Next property is conservation. In an isolated system, in a coordinate system, in an isolated system, in a coordinate system, neither there is a flow of charge inside or flow of charge outside. Total charge remains constant. In an isolated system, total charge remains constant. Total charge remains constant. Or charge is neither created, charge is neither created nor destroyed. Charge is neither created nor destroyed. Third property is additive nature. Charge is scalar. Charge is scalar. That is additive nature. Another property may be called as charge remains constant at any speed. Mass changes at high speed. Charge doesn't change at speed. Mass has got initial property. Initial mass m is equal to m0 by root of 1 minus v square by c square. 1 minus v square by c square. When v approaches c, m approaches infinity. Mass increases with the speed, whereas charge doesn't increase with the speed. That's all about what properties of charges. Now let us find out what is the number of electrons required for 1 coulomb of charge. Okay, let us discover what is the number of electron required for 1 coulomb of charge. Then we will learn what we call induction phenomena. Maybe next class. So, number of electrons required for 1 coulomb of charge. Q is equal to 1 coulomb. N is not known. So, Q is equal to Ne. So, N is equal to Q by E. 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 is equal to 0.625 into 10 to the power 19. That is 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. It's a very huge quantity. Compare population of India, maybe 10 raised to 9. Population of India. So it's a huge quantity. Huge quantity of electron is necessary to make 1 coulomb. So coulomb is a very large electrical unit. Now, next class we shall try to learn about induction phenomena. Before that, we will see what is the difference between charge and mass. Difference between charge and mass. Charge can be negative or positive. Mass is always positive. Electric charge is quantized. Mass is not quantized. Charge is independent of speed. Mass depends upon speed. Charge is strictly conserved. Mass is not conserved. Mass can convert into energy. Should I write it down? I'll write it down. Charge, mass. Charge is quantized. Quantized. Not quantized. There is a minimum quantity. Minimum external quantity. Independent speed. Speed. Depend on speed. Conserved. Not conserved. Why? Mass can be converted into energy. So it's not conserved. It doesn't remain there. After converting to energy, it doesn't remain there. Then F is equal to force between two charges is positive. So force between two charges may be repulsive, because there are two kinds of charges, repulsive or attractive. Here is always attractive. Always attractive. Okay, we will see a missing property tomorrow if anything is there.